what is important in the ancient Greek society is the role of the myth. In particular, there is a great relation between the myth and the politics. And when we can speak about the politics, we have to understand the myth in the ancient Greek society. In fact, in the first part of the ancient Greek society, we have to speak about myth. The relation between physics and myth is really important. In fact, the gods are a part of the elements of the real life. This is the main point that we have to understand when we speak about the ancient Greek society. In fact, for example, Homer, but also Hesiod, with their poems, for example, Homer with Iliad and Odyssey, explains what is the politics, but the politics as a consequence of a myth. Also, there is another point of view. In fact, for example, the war of Troy was caused from Parides, the son of Priamo, brother of Hector. This is really important. In fact, he chose Aphrodite, the goddess of law, and he didn't choose, for example, Hera and Athena. Hera and Athena consider him and consider his city an enemy. And therefore, in the War of Troy, Hera and Athena supported the Greek society and Agamemnon and his brother Menelao. It's really important also that Parides, because he have chosen Aphrodite, loved the Helena of Troy, and took Helena from Sparta and arrived with her in Troy. And this is the main cause of the War of Troy, where the aristocracy, for example, Agamemnon, Menelao, Odysseus, Achilles, they attack Troy, and these men were always in the myth, but they were always a part of the aristocracy. This is really important. But the other thing is that in Hesiod, this point of view is always mythical thought. In fact, at the beginning, according to Hesiod, there was the chaos. When there is the chaos, we cannot speak about philosophy. We cannot speak about a specific type of truth, because there is no truth. When there is chaos, there is no justice. There is no correct thing to do, and therefore we cannot understand what is the logic. This is really important, and therefore, for example, the first type of philosophy that was born in the ancient Greek, for example, in 6th century BC, was the physics philosophy, a natural philosophy. For example, that philosophy who considered the arche, what is the cause that produced some effects, some causes, some consequences, sorry. And with this type and with this point of view, we can understand that in a first type of view, we can, the philosophy was born to explain how things change and what is the reality in relation also with the myth. But philosophy with time began to separate the logic with the myth, and creating a new type of view with a specific type of arguments. In the 5th century BC with Plato, and then in the 4th century BC with Aristotle, this type of logic arrived, and philosophy began to be a new type of method as explain something. There is probably no more Poseidon that creates something on the earth. This is this is a specific type of creed that the ancient Greek of the 5th century, 4th century BC believed. But at the same time, we have to consider that with the development of logic in 5th century and 4th century BC, there is a new type of arguments with the logic. For example, what is a good argument, what is the true argument, and what is the relation between the formal and the substantial situation. I can explain something, but then we have to consider if what I had explained, what I explained is true or not, is and follow the pragmatic way or not. This is really important, and this is why we can understand the relation between, and the separation or the division between the myth and the logic. Plato in particular used and applied the myth in his dialogues because probably he wanted to explain in a simple way his ideas, his arguments with a simple words and with a probably simple point of view that his contemporaries, or better, the ancient Greek society could comprehend better. This is the point of view that in the 4th century BC, Aristotle will consider and better considered in his study, and applying a new type of philosophy with the logic and with the good argument. Bye.